Right, I've got this guitar a few months ago. This is Suhr ALT-T. You may have seen other videos that I've made about this guitar. I'm really pleased with it. It's a brilliant guitar. I've used it almost exclusively since I got it, actually. I've hardly played any other guitars. Yeah, it's brilliant. Two thornbuckers, which are humbuckers, but the wiring in this is pretty clever. It's the way the pickups split. When it's on the front position here, you've just got the neck humbucker, which is really good, and you get quite a good jazzy sort of sound with that. All the way back, you're on the bridge humbucker, which is quite a good rock sort of sound. And then in the middle, you've got both humbuckers. Sounds as you'd expect. It's like a combination of the two. Here, sort of position 4, if you're counting from that way. I think it's both pickups split. I think it's kind of got the most sort of stratty kind of sound, almost like a single coil kind of sound, which I suppose it would be if they're both split. A bit like the middle position on a normal Telecaster, actually. So that's the sound there. And then one of my favourite sounds on this guitar, it's the second position from this end, which is the neck humbucker split. And it really does sound like a proper single coil neck pickup on a telly. It's really nice. I use that a lot. Anyway, so the point of this one today is that before I bought this, when I was reading up on them, a lot of the reviews of them and the demos that I saw, people were saying how they're a bit like a 335. So like a Gibson 335, but in a smaller, more compact, lightweight package. Because it's a thin line telly and it's partly hollow, but it's got humbuckers. I suppose it's an obvious thing to suggest that it's a bit like a 335. Now I've got a 335. I've had for a long time. This is my newest electric guitar. This is probably my oldest one, actually, that I've got now. So I've had this for I don't know how long, 36, 37 years, something like that. I've had this one for a few months. Anyway, I haven't yet plugged them both in to see whether this really does sound anything like a 335. And I've got a bit of an opinion on it because I've been playing this so much and I know what this sounds like. But I'm going to plug them in now, using this as the benchmark. So I'm going to plug this one in first, just play a few sounds or through a few sounds, and then I'll see if this sounds anything like it. I'm not going to adjust the amp. Well, I'm using a Strymon Iridium. I'm not going to adjust the settings on that. I'm just going to set it up so it sounds right for this one, and then we'll plug this in and see if it kind of comes anywhere near to the sound of this. Obviously this has got the 2 extra select switch positions with the split pickups. I'm not going to use those at all for this because this hasn't got that. So okay, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments. I haven't obviously listened back to it because I was just doing it, but hearing them through the headphones just then, I don't think this does really sound like a 325. It's kind of close-ish in places, but yeah, it doesn't. It certainly wouldn't replace that one, my Gibson. I wouldn't get rid of the Gibson because I've got this. Definitely not. So this is a really good guitar in its own right, but I don't think it does what the 325 does. And that 325 is a nice one. That, you know, they do vary. That's a really nice one. It does sound good. I've only played this one of these, so I don't know what the others are like. This one's really good though. But this has got something extra that the 325 hasn't got. I mean, apart from the split pickup thing, which is brilliant, it makes it actually more versatile. People say 325s are probably the most versatile guitars, but they're not, because this you can do anything with. Because you can get that stratty sound almost with this, and you can get the really nice kind of single coil chimey sort of sounds, which the 325 doesn't do. So it does have its own thing in its favour. But if you want a 325 sound, don't get one of these, get a 325. Yeah, that's what I think. Anyway, tell me in the comments, because at the time of me saying all of this, I haven't listened back to it. So you'll have listened back to it and probably have a better idea than I do about what they sounded like. But please let me know what you think. Doesn't really make much difference. I'm not going to get rid of the Gibson ever. I don't plan to get rid of this because it's my new toy and I really like it. But yeah, so it's not going to make any difference to me, but it's interesting to compare. Okay, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.